Hi there. Welcome to this week's episode of the podcast with me, Russell Davis. This week, we're going to begin to explore and unpack two beliefs we often pick up through childhood. One is that there's something wrong with me. The other is I am different. I could definitely relate to those. And they've impacted us in so many ways. So in this episode, we're going to explore those beliefs and begin to explore what life looks like beyond those beliefs and help you see beyond those beliefs to see more life with a sense of possibility. Well, let's dive in and do that. I was talking with friends recently, and one of them shared how they read somewhere that often children begin to learn two beliefs, two stories that are not helpful. One is that I'm different, and the other is there's something wrong with me. And I can really relate to these. I remember as a kid comparing myself with my friends, comparing my life, particularly my family's home life, with theirs. It seemed that they generally had a happier home life. Their mums tended to be happy. And just life at home seemed to be more enjoyable. I compared their mums and my mum, who suffered from anxiety, became an alcoholic, and life didn't feel so easy and playful and joyful at home. And that idea of something wrong with me, I guess we naturally make comparisons. And if we see a gap between ourselves and other people, when we're very young, it's easy to internalize it, to make it about us, think it's personal, that I don't deserve better, or it's my fault in some way, this is what I deserve. We turn circumstances into a personal story of what we deserve about our sense of self. And it's just not true. But that's what we do as kids. We do internalize it, make everything about us. That's what insecure thinking does. Text a friend, get a response fairly quickly. You start to think maybe you've upset them, they don't like you. We make that lack of response about us when perhaps actually maybe they're busy or haven't got a signal. That's what egoic thinking does. It makes everything about us. It almost makes us the center of the world. It's almost quite selfish or even narcissistic, but that's what egoic, insecure thinking does. Takes everything personally, makes it about us. When someone's angry, we assume they're angry with us, but maybe they had an argument with someone just before they spoke to you. So how do we relate to these ideas, that these stories we pick up in childhood sometimes, that I'm different or there's something wrong with me? And I thought it's who I was. I didn't like who I was because it didn't seem to be leading to a particularly happy life. I guess who I thought I was someone not good enough. I wasn't good enough, or didn't deserve what other people got. I didn't deserve it perhaps because I wasn't good enough. I was surrounded by a life of judgment, whether it's from my mum, who's strict and like a teacher, when she was a teacher, or even the Anglo-Catholic environment we grew up in, church, went judgment a lot from a young age. So I started to realise maybe I wasn't good enough. I didn't like who I was. I thought I should be better. There's almost an unconscious vision of who I think I should be, almost a better version of myself. I need to work harder and be better. And as a real eye-opener to realize actually who I thought I was, this person that wasn't good enough, had to prove he was worthy and lovable. That whole image of myself, perception of myself, was completely made up. Complete fantasy, just a story. And at the same time, the person who I thought I should be was also made up. Complete fantasy. Neither are real. They're both made up. And when we begin to see that, it's almost like a third way emerges. And we let go of who we think we are or who we think we should be. We allow ourselves to drop into our true self. That's not bound by thoughts and judgments and opinions and who we think we are, identity. We have no fixed identity. Who we are is who we think we are in this moment, and that can change from moment to moment. True self is beyond judgments, thoughts. Our soul is formless. And that third way feels, for me, like coming home. A feeling of okayness, compassion, kindness, love, patience, possibility. Possibility for myself and life. That I'm not broken, never broken. That there's this space between my judgments and my thoughts of myself. And it's in this space we connect to our whole self, aligned to our true self, aligned to the energy of life that's got our back. And it feels freeing. It's hard work to try and keep thinking about who we should be and where we are there, are we there yet, and assessing whether we're good enough, what we need to do, and work out the rules, and that's exhausting. Assessing the gap between who we think we are, who we think we should be, and what the gap is, how we close. It's just a lot of thinking. It's like this is my fearful self. And I was trying to think my way to being okay. My egoic self, my thinking self. I thought was better quality of thought than my fearful self, than my judgmental self, not good enough self. My egoic self that tried to analyse the rules and work out what I needed to do, tried to understand life and solve it. That seemed like a better quality of thought than the thought of not being good enough, not being worthy, fearful to self. And it took me a long time to realise there's a third way, again, which is not about thinking. My true self. To realise there's something bigger than me, us. I don't have to solve my problems. Most solutions come to us when we're aligned, when we're in that space between thoughts. How complex problems get solved in the simplicity of a moment, with clarity or insight. Trusting in inner wisdom that we're going to be okay, whatever happens. It's that innate well-being, and connecting to that innate well-being that there's something bigger than us. That's love in its purest form. That's our source of well-being. It doesn't depend on anything in this world of form, this physical realm. It allows us to be more playful, more creative, more inspired in this world of form. Give a sense of possibility, opportunity. So it took me a long time to realise, actually there's nothing wrong with me. And maybe I am different. We're all different. And that's a good thing. We all have our personal weirdness, as a coach once said. I love that term. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with us. Each and every one of us. We may think there is, but there really isn't. It may look and feel like there is, but that's just our story. When was the last time we looked at a baby and thought there was something wrong with them? That's our essence. It's our purest form of self. That's who we really are. That's who we really are. That's on the inside. That's on the inside. And we try and think about who we are. That's on the outside. Trying to convince ourselves of something. Or trying to replace negative thought with positive thought. It's just fighting thought with thought. Different thinking. It's all thought. It's all thinking. It's all on the outside. On the inside, the moments of quiet, we drop more inside out. That's when we know we're okay. That's how I know well-being. It's like all the greatest teachers over the millennia have said, look within. You can't think your way in. About knowing we're okay in our heart of hearts. Not trying to persuade ourselves we're okay or prove we're okay. Knowing in our being, in our essence. And for me, that's what this journey has been about. Myself and my clients, about coming home, a remembering of who we really are, our innate well-being. We've got nothing to prove. That we're not different. There's nothing wrong with us. All unique. We can embrace that. We let go of the stories of who we think we are and who we think we should be. There's a freedom. There's a freedom. That's my wish for you. You taste and explore and enjoy that freedom. Loving you.